Patrick Pennyfather. That's my co-instructor for the semester in alternate realities.
And this is my colleague, Bernard Riquet, and he is my colleague for the Semester in Alternate Realities course.
So the Semester in Alternate Realities is the new initiative that is based a little bit on SFU Semester Dialogue model, in that it's an intensive 15-credit course. We basically redesigned the course from scratch. And the idea is really that in the context of using emerging technologies, right now virtual reality in a positive context. So we really challenge people to do something meaningful with it.
So in other words, the students would create projects that had to do with, in some ways, improving the human condition, bringing awareness to issues, maybe provoking ethical action on behalf of the students or on behalf of the users that they created VR experiences for. If you look at the majority of virtual reality experiences that are publicly available, we could argue that most of them are for entertainment. Most of them are for someone to escape reality, which makes sense because sometimes it can be difficult to be in this reality. And it gives immersants or users an opportunity to have fun and explore games or explore different types of experiences that they might not be able to in the real world. Experiences that are not just about entertainment, but they're also about transformation. In order to challenge the students to create transformational experiences, we ourselves in the design of the course have to embed transformational experiences for the students. And how we do that really is reversing the typical way that students learn.
How do people really shift towards the positive? Some people really care about their planet, the neighbors, the environment, the social system, even people of different opinions, and others don't. What's the difference? What kind of experiences have these people made? And is there a way we can give more people access to such experiences?
So the question of how do we design a course to inspire students to create different types of VR experiences beyond just entertainment-based, experiences that have the potential to be transformational? Fantastic question. And that is the question that we hold over the entire course.
So we don't tell them that as much what to read and which tutorial to do to learn these techniques. It's really they need to design their own learning process.
We don't want to direct the students exactly what to do. We want to give them the tools, and one of those tools is self-reflection and reflecting on their own ideas. So this is demonstrated usually in our first week, and our students start to understand this is a different way of learning in our first week when they keep asking us for the answers and we keep putting it back to them to answer.
So when we ask them to do projects, we really ask them first, what do you care about? Why do you want to do this? What does it mean for you? What does for good even mean for you? So here in this course, we really want people to think of, okay, what's the affordance of the medium? How could you use them? And how could you do something positive with it?
For this whole project, it took about around 3 weeks to prepare. The very first idea and the very step is to come up with an idea for good, right? There was a lot of ideation process going on. What the instructor want us with this project is to ideate and sketch for like 80% of the whole project.
So part of the responsibility of the course and learning in the course is given back to the student. And we are saying to the students, this is fantastic that you want to learn this. Now you have to direct your own learning. We're going to support you because we know all the resources. Maybe not all, but we know many resources that we can direct students to. But at the same time, if a student says, what type of transformational experience should I build, Bernard and Patrick? Then our responsibility is to say, which one would you like to build?
And why?
And why?
Professors and your classmate will push you to do more critical thinking, but in this course, they push you further to see what you can come up with to do the best project that you're able to do in 2 short weeks for one project.
So there's no simple recipes for creating experiences that work. Otherwise, everybody would create them. You can't just throw people into VR and expect that they're suddenly immersed and present and so on, and then switch it off afterwards, and then they're changed happily after.
For future designers of VR for good experiences, One of the things that I would suggest is to really focus in on the story that you're trying to tell, because VR offers a different type of storytelling and a different type of engagement with the user or the immersant. It's your responsibility to guide the user through a story that's going to engage them, that's going to captivate them. You're also responsible for drawing their attention where they want to go, and whether that's using the visual field that you're providing. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to have more of an intention of how can a VR experience add to social goodness or social good? How can it improve the social condition? How can it make our planet a little bit better?
The reason that we think our project is under VR for good is it creates empathy towards the coma patients or even any other patients in general. Because not a lot of people know how the patients are being treated, and they could be mistreated, and a lot of these cases go unnoticed. And by doing this VR, I think people can get more empathy towards. Our project is called Restless Sleep, about a coma experience. A lot of people think that coma patients have no relation or contact with the outside world. But in reality, they are trying to, in their mind, they are trying to interact with the outside world, even though they don't show any movement.
Of course, technology isn't quite there yet, but I think what we're trying to do in this course is really think about where it can go in 5, 10, 20, 50 years. Just imagine what might be possible then.
We're students in semesters on alternate realities.